Those rifles were in. What if there'd been an emergency?
Yes, well, thought had occurred to me.
Mrs. Davidson means well, but she's too soft. They're forever taking advantage of her.
She's got a lot on her mind at the moment.
And whose fault's that? It's not as if she hasn't been told.
Yes, I know, but I think we should just let up on her for a bit.
Well, don't think I'm standing up for Gillespie. He seems to be rather down on me in particular. But it's a pity we can't have someone like him for governor. This place had run like clockwork.
Oh, we could also be in for some trouble. Lots of it.
Well, if Gillespie was governor instead of Mrs. Davidson, well, we'd be prepared for trouble whenever it happened.
And one step out of line and we'd be on the carpet.
So, that's the way a prison should be run. I'm telling you, Gillespie's the kind of governor this place needs.
Would you just mind explaining where you got that little lot? All right, you bitch. Now, what do you think you're up to?
Now, hang on, B. It's not what you think.
You're going to have to work bloody hard to convince me.
That money was planted in here.
Nice try.
Damn it, I'm telling you the truth. I was set up. I'm as much as the dark about this as you are.
Well, a hell of a lot of people, me included, are going to find your story pretty hard to swallow. I had a sneaking suspicion you were trying to finance an escape.
Well, maybe I am, but I wouldn't steal from my mates.
You didn't mind taking it from Nolene Burke last time you wanted to get out.
Nolene Burke is a different kettle of fish, and you know it. Now, I don't care what you believe, because I'm telling you the truth. I was set up. That money was planted in here.
Well, just suppose I do take your word for it. Who would want to do that?
Well, how the hell would I know that? I've no idea who. I have no idea why. All I know is that I'm not taking the blame for it, because that money is going straight back to where it came from.
They're going to love your story.
Tough, it's the truth.
All right. As long as you return it and everyone gets their money back, I suppose it's all right. But I'd certainly like to know what's going on around here.
You and me both.
You know, I have the distinct impression someone's trying to stir up trouble.
Yeah, but who?
I don't know. But whoever it is, they're doing a bloody good job of it.
Yeah.
I think it might have something to do with this new bloke Gillespie.
But that doesn't make sense. Why?
Maybe that's how he gets his kicks. You think about it, though. Ever since he's been here, he's brought in so much security you can hardly move. Everyone's at each other's throats. I've never seen so much friction in the joint.
But what would he get out of it?
Oh, I don't know. You know, I feel as if someone's trying to push me into doing something, to give an excuse to have me transferred or something.
Oh, come on, B. That doesn't make sense either.
Maybe. They've never needed an excuse before.
Oh, look, come on. It doesn't make sense, my girl, because if you were going to be transferred, wouldn't it be simpler for them to just go ahead and do it?
I'll tell you one thing. I'm not going to give them an excuse.
Come on, let's go and eat dinner. I want to give this back. Look, let's not worry too much about it, huh? Because whoever is responsible for this, sooner or later, they're going to overplay their hand.
Well, let's just hope it's sooner, eh?
What is it?
I don't know. I don't cook it. I only serve it.
Bombs.
Eh?
Well, look at all the screws. I reckon there's bombs in this grub.
Hey, Lizzie, guess what?
I don't know. Go and get your dinner.
I'll get it in a minute, but guess what I heard?
I told you I don't know. Oh, good. This stuff stinks.
Davo's getting the boot.
What?
Shh! Dinky Di. Vinegar Tits was telling Fletch all about it, and it's true.
Who's going to take her place?
Well, that's the thing, see?
Well, who is?
Why so many screws? That's what I was wondering. You better hang on to the money till later. What do you call that cack?
I'd call it unfit for human consumption. Listen, why does everyone bitch at me? I didn't buy it. I didn't cook it.
Oh, put a sock in it, Margot.
Wouldn't make much difference if I did.
Aren't you eating?
Oh, I'll get some in a minute.
Yeah, I wouldn't bother.
Are you going to tell them about the money or am
No,
I?
I will.
What's going on?
Well, somebody planted that money in my cell.
Oh, pull the other one. I've heard that song before. That isn't true, is it, babe?
Well, I think it is. I think someone's playing funny buggers.
Yeah, well, you can say that again after the news I heard.
Yeah. Oh, straight.
Well, what is it?
Well, they're going to give Davo the bullet.
Who is?
Them, the department. They're going to give the job to that bloke Gillespie.
Are you sure?
Yeah, Vera and Fletcher were talking about it.
Oh, there you are. That's what we were talking about. That's what Gillespie gets out of pushing us around.
Yeah, well, I reckon it's all wrong. Mrs. Davidson's always done the right thing by us. And that bloody Gillespie, he's worse than Vera.
Well, I don't like the way things are going on around here. And I wish to hell I knew what they were up to.
Mrs. Davidson, I'd like a word with you.
Oh?
I'm afraid it can't wait. I've just been made aware of this departmental report.
Yes?
Concerning, of all things, Cinderella.
Yes, the pantomime.
Is that all you have to say about it?
What would you like me to say, Mr. Gillespie?
Why wasn't I informed?
You're behaving as though it was deliberately kept a secret from you, which I assure you it was
Oh,
not.
it certainly looks that way.
Mr. Gillespie, up until now, you have shown absolutely no interest in the women's activities at all, apart from security matters.
As far as I'm concerned, this is a security matter.
And as far as I am concerned, it is not.
In my opinion, I'm the best judge of that. There's no alternative. It'll have to be cancelled.
That is utterly ridiculous. I have given my promise to the women, and I fully intend to keep it.
It'll be wise not to push your luck.
Mr. Gillespie, the women will perform that pantomime for the orphans, even if I have to appeal directly to the minister myself. Let me finish. For years, I have tried to develop a trusting relationship. I am not going to jeopardize that, and I am willing to lay my job on the line over it. That show will go on.
All right, Mrs. Davidson. We know where we stand.
We do indeed.
Good night.
Well, the whole thing sounds pretty far-fetched to me.
Just be thankful you're getting your money back at all.
Oh, I am. Don't worry about that. And I don't give a damn where it came from either. But it seems to me you are getting off pretty lightly.
And I am getting pretty sick and tired of this. How many times do you have to be told?
Well, you must admit it don't sound too good. I mean, she tried it once before she was gonna remember from Nolene, see?
Judy and I have been through all that before.
Yeah, so what?
Yeah, but if she was ready to try it once, she'd be ready to try it again,
Not
right?
necessarily.
Pig.
Give it a rest, Lizzie.
Look, the main thing is we've got our dough back.
You're wrong. The main thing is not to let it get on our nerves. Look, I still think that someone is trying to unnerve us, niggle us, get us off balance.
Who?
I don't know, Gillespie maybe.
Gillespie? How would he know where to find the money?
Well, the money may not be connected, but there are too many other things, too many little coincidences. We've just got to keep our cool over this.
Oh, you've been watching too much television.
Okay, girls, is everyone happy? Have you all got back your money? Now, I'll give this back to Margot and the others tomorrow.
Okay, now let's get back to some kind of normality.
Oh, there's nothing normal whatsoever in this joint. What do you have in mind?
Panto. Well, what's the matter?
Well, I suppose we sort of lost interest.
And what's that supposed to mean?
Well, we thought that everybody had sort of given up the whole idea.
Well, I think you deserve a good kick in the backside. God, I mean, it was your idea to do a show for the orphans after all.
Oh, don't look at me. I just got here yesterday.
Mrs. Davidson went to a lot of trouble to get permission. Ken sent us scripts, and I think you should at least have the decency to go through with it.
Sorry I'm late, everybody. Just finishing off the rosters.
That's all right, Mr. Fletcher. Please sit down. I have a further list of recommendations from Mr. Gillespie.
Recommendations or orders?
Instructions, shall we say. Consistent with the aim of upgrading prison security, you've already had your reorientation session in firearms. It has been decided that all prison officers will be given a refresher course in unarmed combat.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Hardly ridiculous, but unnecessary, I feel.
I don't agree. Well, one never knows when one might be placed in a position of danger in this job.
Oh, I suppose it's inevitable you'd agree with Mr. Gillespie. However, I can't help feeling that I could control most of the women here if I had to.
Well, let's hope that occasion does not arise.
But suppose it does. In my opinion, we've always been far too lax in our handling of these prisoners.
I was well aware of what your opinion would be. However, all officers will undertake the course. Now, the next instruction mainly concerns you, Mr. Fletcher. The armory is to be restocked, and you will be in charge of all firearms and their maintenance.
That's
It's unbelievable. Well, it's all very well to have these talks and take these stupid refresher
There's
courses.
a lot of tension in the prison at the moment.
Yes, there is, and 90% of it is caused by that martinet Gillespie.
What if we had to quell a riot?
We've had riots before, Vera, and we've never had to turn the guns on them so far. We've always been capable of negotiation.
You can't rely on that.
All right, all right. I'm not going to argue about this all day. Mr. Gillespie's final recommendation is that the pantomime should be cancelled. I've already spoken to him about this, and I have decided it should go ahead.
And he agreed?
Not in so many words, no.
Well, surely he has the authority to cancel it if he sees fit.
Yes, he does, but I feel very strongly about its value. I have written to the minister. The department has already approved of it, and if the minister ratifies the decision, then the show will proceed as planned.
And if he doesn't?
Then it will have to be cancelled. In the meantime, I would like the preparations to go ahead. Mrs. Jackson, would you organize the purchase of costume materials?
Of course.
Well, I think you're wasting your time. From what I've seen, they've already lost interest in the project.
Look, a lot of people have gone to a lot of trouble over this pantomime. I think you should at least have the decency to go through with it.
Well, there doesn't seem to be much point, does there?
Why?
Well, the others don't seem to be too keen on the idea.
Well, maybe if we three show some enthusiasm, the other will get keen on it.
Maybe they won't. I mean, it's not so hot, is it, knowing that one of your friends is a lousy, thieving dog?
Look, I know how you feel, and I don't like it any better than you do.
Well, why didn't you do something about it when you had the chance?
There you go, blaming Judy again.
Well, it stands to reason, doesn't it?
Why don't you give it a rest, Lizzie?
Well, I don't reckon it was her.
Well, if it wasn't, you tell me who it was. Go on, you answer me that one. Who was it?
You bitch! I'm telling you, Margot, that's it!
Where's the rest of it?
I've already told you that's it!
Bloody thief! Bitch!
Do it now. What's going on? She's holding out.
What do you mean?
What do you reckon I mean? She owes me money.
Judy?
Look, there isn't any more money. I've already told you that!
Bloody
Do
liar.
you want to search me?
You've stolen more than you've given me
Now,
back.
you watch it, girl. Don't you say I've ever stolen anything.
Settle down, both of you. All I know is I haven't got all my money back, so where is it?
Now, look. I got that money back last night, right? I've given back everything there was. I gave Lizzie and Doreen their money back, right?
Yeah.
And I've given the rest back this morning.
To everyone?
Yes. To everyone who said they were missing any money, every cent they said. Now, you were the last one on the list, Margot, so what was left over I figured had to be yours.
Well, you were wrong, weren't you?
Well, you-
My money's short and I want it back.
Well, you're going to have to be satisfied.
Oh, come off it.
That's all there is, Margot. Now, we're going to have to keep our heads over this.
It's easy for you. You haven't done your dough.
Now, we're going to keep our mouths shut about this, right? Right?
All right, what's going on?
We're just on our way to work, Mr. Fletcher.
Yeah, we just bumped into each other. We're having a bit of a yak.
Yeah, I'll bet. Gaffney,
Yeah?
you wouldn't like to elaborate on that statement, would you?
Nope. We were just talking.
All right, come on, off to work. And no more delays.
Listen, Judy, do you remember who you gave money back to?
Well, I can try, but there were quite a few. Why?
Well, you reckon you gave money back to everyone who says they were robbed, and yet you're still $3 short, right?
Yeah.
Well, suppose that the thief, whoever it is, didn't put all the money in your cell.
It's possible, I suppose.
Or suppose that one of the people who says they were robbed was actually the thief and they weren't robbed at all.
Crikey, that'd have to be a clever bugger, wouldn't it?
Well, that narrows the field down.
What do you mean?
Lets you lot out for a start.
Oh, that's very nice.
No, saves a lot of mucking around. Now, all you have to do, Judy, is make a list of everyone you gave money to and how much.
Yeah, that's fine. But what if, like you say, Gillespie's really involved in this? Don't you think it might be a hell of a lot easier if I just give Margot the $3 out of my own pocket?
No, I'm not so sure. I think she's just think you had a guilty conscience.
Oh, well, I don't care about that. I'd much rather we just forgot the whole thing and let things settle down a bit.
Have you heard the news?
What news? About Mrs. Davidson.
What about her?
She's resigned all over C&D blocks.
That's not what we heard.
Doesn't matter.
No, she's definitely resigned. Effective immediately, according to Maggie Dutton. It's a private protest against this bloke from the department.
Bull dust. Now, you get back there and tell them to keep their heads. It is just a rumour, and there's about 10 or 12 of them doing the rounds right this minute.
What'll I say? They're convinced in Seabrook that
Just tell them they're wrong. Now, go on, get going.
Oh, all right.
Well, what do you reckon, Bea?
I reckon someone's trying to get us to riot.
Why?
I wish I bloody knew. Listen, it's about time I had a chat to everybody. I have to get them together. Exercise period's about the best time, I suppose. Doreen, get that stuff back to maternity and tell them that everything is under control and anything they've heard is just a rumour.
Come in.
I thought you'd better see this. We just arrived by courier from the ministry.
Thank you, Mr. Fletcher.
I wouldn't wait too long.
Pardon?
Our friend Gillespie just got one, too. It'd be nice to know what it says before he comes in here screaming.
Or bragging.
Well,
The pantomime goes ahead.
that's great.
There is a small rider.
Yes, that'd have to be.
We are to follow Mr. Gillespie's instructions regarding security of the event to the letter. A small price to pay.
What's the meaning of this, Mrs. Davidson?
Mr. Gillespie, I am aware of your authority, but I really would appreciate your paying me the courtesy of knocking.
My apologies. Now, can we stop beating about the bush? What's the idea of going over my head to the minister?
I don't think any explanation is necessary. I was quite within my right to appeal to the minister to ratify the decision of the department.
You know how I feel about this pantomime business.
Yes?
And you're prepared to go behind my back like this?
I have not gone behind your back. In fact, I was about to ask you what security measures you would like made.
I'll let you know.
They look pretty sullen, if you ask me.
They always look sullen.
Get the others in, quick. Come on, girls, keep moving and keep talking.
Okay, guys.
Hey, over here, catch. Right.
I'm out, but I'll watch.
There you go.
Terrific. Good on
Did you talk to C-Block?
Yeah, the story had changed. She's already got the sack.
Oh, rumours. Doreen had a beauty in maternity that she'd been killed in a car crash on the way to work.
What are they doing?
Some sort of ball game.
Ah.
Hang on, we'll wait for Margaret. Right, keep moving, will you? Keep moving and talking. Right, we're going to get word to the others. It's the only way I can talk to all of you together.
What's going on?
I'm not absolutely sure yet, but we're going to have to stick together on this thing.
They're conspiring. You're out of your mind to give them an opportunity like this. Break it up immediately.
And listen, no more infighting. That's going to be playing right into Gillespie's hands. He's the enemy, he's the only one. Here comes trouble. All
right, break it
You
up.
can handle that?
Yeah. What are you lot doing?
What are you talking about?
We're just talking about the panto.
Yeah, we're just, discussing our plans.
Well, you can forget about that. Now break it up.
Yes, ladies, move it along.
They claim they're talking about Cinderella.
We were. We're looking for something with a bit of comedy, you know. Prince Charming discovers a prison officer's shoe, and as he tries to nobble them, they turn it.
Well, the joke's on you, Smith, because Mr. Gillespie's just seen fit to cancel your pantomime.
What?
You heard.
I want to speak to the governor.
Not after that insolence.
I've got something important to tell her.
What?
I'll talk to the governor.
Mr. Fletcher's in reception. He'll take her through. This better be important, Smith.
Oh, it is.
The rest of you are supposed to be exercising. So exercise.
I was really looking forward to playing Cinders, too.
Well, that's a change of tune from last night, Burns.
Well, Bea got me all keyed up again, Miss Bennett.
Do you know what I'd like to do if I was a real live fairy godmother and I had a real wand?
Make vinegar tits vanish.
No, I'd like to stick it up. Oh, hello, Mrs. Jackson. Lovely day, isn't it?
Yes.
B. Smith wants to see you, Mrs. Davidson. She says it's urgent.
All right, you're in.
Come on, Smith.
Well, Smith, what is it?
I want to see you alone, Mrs. Davidson.
All right, wait outside, Mr. Fletcher. And if Mr. Gillespie asks, I am in conference. Right, Smith, what is it?
Well, it's about all this security.
I thought it would be.
It's making everyone pretty edgy.
I know.
Look, I think we should lay our cards on the table. Something's up. Now, I'll be straight with you if you're straight with me, and we'll get back to the security thing in a minute. I'm worried. I'm worried about this hit on the head I got. And someone's been stealing from the women.
Stealing?
Yeah, it all seems to lead to Gillespie. I don't know. He seems to be cooking up some sort of plot.
A plot, Mr. Gillespie.
Yeah, either to get rid of you or me or both of us.
Oh, well, that's utterly absurd. Mr. Gillespie has the department and the ministry behind him. All he has to do is make a few recommendations and we could both vanish. He has no need of plots.
Yeah, well, I don't like him.
Even in prison, you have that freedom of choice. Now, why haven't I heard about this stealing? I'll have it investigated immediately.
No, it's all been taken care of. Money's been returned.
And the culprit?
Well, I don't know who it is. I thought it was Gillespie. Anyway, it's an internal matter, Mrs. Davidson.
All right. As we are talking in confidence, I will accept that. But I'm warning you, I will not stand for any reprisals in any form.
Yeah, okay.
Is that all?
No. Miss Bennett reckons the pantomime's been cancelled.
Well, Miss Bennett is wrong. It has been officially approved by the minister and will go ahead as planned. Mrs. Jackson is organising the purchasing of costume materials.
And what about Gillespie?
Mr. Gillespie is under the same constraint as I am to obey orders.
What about all this stupid security he's brought in?
Well, you'll just have to live with that. I sympathise with you, but there's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah, okay. Thanks for your time. Oh, no, wait a minute. There is one other thing that's a bit of a worry. There are rumours flying about all over the place.
About what?
You. The word is you're going to be replaced.
Oh?
Well?
I am an employee. An employee can be sacked if the boss sees fit. Smith, I hope the pantomime goes well.
Yeah, what's that?
Whinge, whinge, whinge. I keep telling you, I only serve it.
I'm not whinging, I'm just asking you what it is.
Spread the word. The panto's on.
Terrific.
The bad news is the security stays.
What's this?
Well, what does it look like? It's the $3 you were missing.
I always knew you were holding out.
This is my own money.
Guilty conscience, eh?
Listen, do you want this money or do I have to shove it down your throat? Now, I don't know what happened to your lousy $3. I am only trying to keep things nice.
Come on. What's going on? Oh, you serve me? I want to know what's happening.
Her conscience finally got the better of her. She forked over the rest of me dough.
I told you that would probably happen.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I've had a gutful of this place, I can tell you.
If we fed them this stuff, they'd really have something to complain about. Trouble with some people, they don't know when they're well off.
What sort of slops have you got organised for tonight?
Shut your face. I thought you said everything was under control.
It is. I had a long session with Davo just before lunch. Everything's apple, except the security stays.
Security's right.
All right, Margot, why don't you just get it off your chest?
Well, I was doing the garbage just after lunch, and I saw this delivery truck.
Well, I hope they're delivering some decent food.
It wasn't a kitchen truck. It was delivering guns and ammunition to the armoury.
What sort of guns?
Well, I don't know. Guns. New ones. Rifles, I suppose.
You're kidding.
No, God's honour be.
Well, what do you think they'd want with that sort of stuff?
Oh, somebody must have gone right off their heads.
Look, just don't everyone panic. It's just this ratbag Gillespie and his security kick.
Are you telling us not to panic with Vinegar Tits pointing a rifle at our heads?
I don't like it any more than you do.
I don't like it at all. I've been here for donkey's years, and I've never seen them go anywhere near that armoury. Never.
And I've been through some pretty tough riots in my time.
Yeah, well, maybe they still won't.
Well, what about the new guns?
Oh, I don't know. God, who's this bastard think he is? Flaming that off Hitler or someone?
Yes, well, the whole idea of guns just gives me the horrors.
Well, it's on the cards that they'll never have to be used, but while the regulations state that they have to be there...
Have to be there.
That's right.
But we've never used the guns that were there, so why go to the trouble of replacing them?
Well, most of them are in such bad condition that they were either useless or dangerous to the user.
Yes, well, as I said to Vera before, I can't imagine myself shooting one of the prisoners under any circumstances.
Well, I hope you're never placed in that position, Meg. I hope none of us are. But that's not all you said to Vera, though, was it?
What do you mean?
Well, she told me that you were thinking of handing in your resignation.
Oh, that? Yes, well, it crossed my mind.
Seriously?
No, not really. Well, yes, I hadn't given it much thought, but Bob offered. He doesn't mind one way or the other. And I've always liked my job.
But you're tempted?
I don't think I like it anymore.
Well, it'd be a great pity.
Why?
To lose you. The service needs as many decent officers as they can get.
There are plenty of other good officers.
No, I didn't say good. No, don't get me wrong. You're a good officer. What I said was decent.
Thanks. Well, I haven't made any decisions. Just thinking out loud.
You okay?
What?
Is everything all right?
Oh, yeah, I'm just thinking, that's all.
What about?
This and that. This place.
Wentworth. Don't want to think about this place too often. It drives you mad.
Yeah, I know. It's just that I'm thinking that things are going to get pretty bad around here.
Things are pretty crook already,
Yeah,
Jude.
and they're going to get worse, you know that? Especially since this Gillespie guy's come on the scene. I mean, I never liked the place much anyway, but since he's been here, it's been intolerable.
Yeah, he's buggered up the joint all right. But there's no point going on about it because there's nothing we can do.
I think maybe it's time I,
What? You thinking of going over the wall?
Well, that depends. But if I'm going to do it, I might as well do it now before he gets machine guns up on the bloody roof.
Look, even without them, I reckon you got Buckley's in making it.
Not if I'm well prepared.
Look, they all say they're well prepared and they all get caught.
Listen, not if you're well organised. I mean, you look at Jackie Nolan. She would have never got caught in a million years. It was only a freak accident they got onto her.
Yeah, but she had good mates on the outside, Jude. I mean, who have we got? I got no one, and neither have you.
Are you thinking of coming with me?
No, she is not, and you aren't going either.
Listen, you don't even know my plans.
You haven't got a plan.
Well, not yet, but I'm working on one.
Listen, I'm not having any half-cocked escape attempt mucking up things for us in here. We are in enough trouble as it is. Now, come on, let's just get back to the pantomime. We need to rehearse. We're running out of time. I want everyone word perfect, all right?
Well, I haven't written up to the end of me first scene yet.
All right, everyone that needs to keep writing, keep writing. Oh, by the way, Mrs. Jackson's promised to get the materials for our costumes, so decide what you want, will you? Because we need them soon.
Do we have to pay for the material?
Of course we don't. The department's giving us a special allowance.
I was going to say a sack would do if we had to pay.
Now, come on, we'll start from the first scene. Let's get on with it. That's you, Mouse. Let's go.
Okay.
Hello, boys and girls. My name's Buttons. Well, say hello. What do I do now?
Don't worry, the kids will say hello.
Okay. Oh, come on. You can do better than that. Look, when I say hello, boys and girls, you say hello, Buttons. Are you ready? Hello, boys and girls. Oh, I feel like a real goose.
Why?
Well, what if they don't say hello?
They will. They always do.
Oh, I need practice,
That's
you know.
why we were rehearsing.
I mean of them saying hello.
Oh, for God's sake. All right. Everybody say hello when Button says hello.
Oh, how can we say hello when we're writing our bloody script?
All right, everyone that needs to write, keep writing. All the rest of you say hello when Button says hello, right? Let's get on with it.
Okay. Hello, boys and girls. My name's Buttons. Well, say hello.
Hello!
Oh, for crying out loud. We want to entertain these kids, not scare them to death.
Yeah, it's the rosters, Ted. They're shot to pieces again. I was wondering if you'd do an extra couple of night shifts for us this week.
Sure.
Okay, well, that'll be on Tuesday and Thursday, okay?
Right. Morning, Fletcher.
Morning, Mr. Gillespie. You're running a bit behind schedule this morning, aren't you?
Yes. I took a drive around the perimeter.
Oh.
My security instructions were to be followed to the letter. Do you remember?
Yes, sir.
I gave very clear orders last night that a perimeter fence guard was to be posted. But you conveniently forgotten that.
No, sir, I hadn't forgotten. But as I told you, we're desperately short-staffed. We can't afford to take an officer from prison duty to have them march up and down the perimeter fence.
Don't tell me what we can and can't afford. If you can't find someone else to do the duty, do it yourself. You sooner have time to stand around chatting to the gate guard, distracting him from his duty.
We were not chatting.
My good garden. Hasn't been touched since I arrived.
We were told that it's a security risk.
With a perimeter guard, it won't be. Get B. Smith to work on it. It'll keep it away from the others and keep them all out of trouble, won't it?
Possibly.
Think positive, Fletcher. Positive.
Yes, can I help you?
Yes, I'm here to interview Anne Griffin.
Right, I'll take you through. Excuse me, please, Mr. Gillespie. I'll bring Griffin to you straight after muster.
Thank you.
I've told you absolutely everything I know.
You must have left something out, Miss Griffin. Your friend Megan Evans seems to have disappeared into thin air. Are you sure there's nothing else you can tell us?
I've told you before.
I know what you've told us. We've circulated a description of your friend in all states. Now, so far, there hasn't been a single lead. Now, unless she's deliberately gone into hiding, and there's no reason she'd do that, is there?
Oh, no. None at all, no.
Well, then, the only other alternative is that your story has been a pack of lies from beginning to end.
No.
Well, that's how the department views it anyway. We cannot waste any further time on what seems to be a dead end. We'll be recommending that your prosecution for theft begins as soon as possible.
I don't know why you're so dead set against this, Bea.
Because you haven't got a plan. And without a plan, you're not going to get 50 yards from that fence.
Okay, I admit it's a rough idea.
Look, there's no point in escaping if you're going to get bunged back inside 24 hours later.
That is why it is important that we have help from the outside. Someone to organize money, transport, clothes.
Yeah, have you got all those things?
Well, no, not yet.
And how do you think you're going to escape in the first place?
Through the drainage system. Yeah. Look, we could be gone for 10 hours before they even miss us. With outside help, we can get out of the city straight to the country. They won't even think to look for us there. Come on, Bea, what do you say?
No.
Come on, Bea. I mean, you haven't even thought this through yet.
Well, you keep your voice down. I have thought it through. How about you give it a bit more thought? Look, you and Doreen, I assume you are going to let Doreen go with you.
Yes.
The two of you could end up buried alive.
I don't think so.
You don't know. And how are you going to organise things from the outside?
Well, I don't know yet.
No, of course you don't. Until you have got a plan. Here comes Mr. Jackson. Hello, Mr. J. Nice day, isn't it?
I was wondering if you'd come to any decision about the panto costumes yet.
Oh, no, as a matter of fact, we haven't. I called for volunteers last night, but they don't know what they're up to yet. I'll let you know when they make up their minds.
Well, don't let it drag on for much longer, will you? I mean, we'll be running out of time.
I'll keep them at it, Mrs. J.
No, I'm sorry, Julie. If Gillespie had just left me alone, I would have finished them an hour ago. Vera, I've had to re-roster you. The man's crazy. Tight security's all very well.
Surely censoring the mail is a security matter.
Yes, I'm sure it is, but there are other things that are more important. That'll just have to wait.
Mr. Gillespie won't be very happy.
Mr. Gillespie is never happy. Now, if you come with me, I'll give you a new assignment.
Why do they always pick on the littlest ones to do all the heavy jobs?
Speak for yourself. I could do this on my own.
All right. I'll just hop up on top and you can wheel me to myself.
Yes, my lady.
Did you get his number?
I'll be demanding compo for this.
Hey, guard! Officer!
What's up?
Oh, silly buggers have locked the security gate and then shot through. Time for a smoko, I reckon. They'll come looking for us as soon as they find that we're missing from the laundry. How you getting on?
Well, not so good, really. The police have decided to go ahead and prosecute me.
Have they? Have they found your mate yet?
No.
Pity being away and leaving you in a stink like this.
Oh, it's not her fault. She'd stick by me if she was here.
Why isn't she?
Oh, she could be anywhere in the world by now. She's marvelous. I wish I was like her. She's such a free spirit.
Yeah, she's free anyway.
She hasn't got a care in the world. She's wonderful, irresponsible. She just goes where her heart leads her.
Half a luck.
As soon as she's got the money together, she's off overseas at a minute's notice. That's probably where she is now.
Where?
Oh, I don't know. She's just finished an affair with, well, no names, but he was very, very wealthy. Oh, she never wanted for money while she was with him. That's where the $350 came from. She just gave it to me one day, just like that. And she disappeared.
Yeah? Where?
Paris, perhaps, or Bali, or Saint-Tropez.
Lizzie.
Yeah?
Screw's coming.
Right.
Pity she left and never told no one.
God, this gets on your nerves, doesn't it? Same thing day in, day out.
Yeah, it's a bit monotonous.
Driving me crackers.
Or even on the outside, people have to do laundry.
I never meant the laundry so much. I was thinking about the whole place.
Well, there's not a lot you can do about that.
I think Judy's got the right idea.
Is she?
Yeah, getting out, escaping. She's got lots of plans, you know, about getting out to the country and disappearing.
Could you do that?
Oh, I don't know. It's Judy's idea of a good time, not really mine.
Well, it doesn't sound like you've got much of it planned yet. You're better off in here if it's not all organised on the outside. Judy's got the right idea. You need someone to arrange everything. Make sure it all goes off just right, so that when you make your break, all goes off like clockwork.
Yeah, it's a great idea. But I haven't got anybody. And neither has Judy, as far as I know.
Oh, well, then you're better off for getting it all together. You'd only be asking for trouble.
I could pay someone.
What?
To take care of things at the other end. I got money in the bank just sitting there doing nothing. I could pay someone. Well, what do you reckon?
Well, it'd have to be someone you could trust.
Yeah, of course.
I'd do it for you if you're game.
Would you?
For a price.
Yeah, well, I'd have to think about it, you know?
Yeah.
What if we worked on it down to the last detail?
What?
The escape plan.
Look, even if it was foolproof, I still wouldn't be keen on it.
We're the only ones that know about those cellars, right?
Oh, are we? I wouldn't count on it.
Well, don't you think that Gillespie and all of his security would look pretty stupid when a couple of us vanished?
Yeah, if you vanished. But you'd probably be picked up again at some time.
Oh, Bea, I'm going nuts in here.
Look, this tight security can't last forever.
Who's gonna stop it?
The screws, of course. They can't keep up at this rate. Not without reinforcements. They'll all drop dead from exhaustion. Either way, we'll win. And we might get rid of Gillespie with any luck.
Huh. You can't get rid of a man like that. What if he decides he wants the governorship, Mrs. Davidson's job?
He won't.
Yeah, well, he might. And if he does, she'll have no say in it, even though she'd like to. Things are bad enough here as they are. If he becomes the governor, we might as well shoot ourselves.
Look, it's not going to happen. Well, I'll be buggered. All right, Judy. Go ahead with your plans.
It's on.
What?
Bea says I can do it. I can go ahead with it.
Oh, great. Well, you can use my money.
What money?
Well, I've got still plenty in the bank, and you could use that to finance it. And Helen can set up the outside end of it.
You've been giving this a lot of thought?
Yes, sort of.
Well, what about it? You coming with me?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Good on you, love.
Okay, Mouse. Keep on the door and keep knit.
Right, Bea.
The rest of you listen to me. Few of you already know that Judy wants to have a crack at getting out. Well, I've given it some thought, and I've decided to let her have a try.
Well, don't forget about me, Bea.
This means we're all behind her 100%. So God help anyone who breathes a word about it in the wrong place.
Bea.
What?
Vinegar.
Watch it.
Mail call.
Not before time. We should have had it this morning.
We can't do everything at once, Smart. Anyway, you've got no complaints. There's nothing for you. Griffin?
Yes?
Well, don't just stand there. I'm not going to wait on your hand and foot.
Anything for me, Miss Bennett?
No. Trap, that's for you.
Oh, great.
And that's your lot. You're not a very popular group, are you?
Oh, from the West. I love old West Aussie.
How much more of that script have we got to write up?
Nearly finished, only a few pages to go.
Well, who's given some thought to what costumes you're going to wear?
I have. I reckon mine should be a bit of good-o, you know, all sparkly and that, so the kids will reckon I'm a real fairy.
Okay, I want the rest of you to think about what you're going to wear too, and from now until dinner time, we'll read through the rest of the script we haven't done yet. Okay, we've got a lot to do, but for once we've got something going for us.
What?
The panto costumes. All we have to do is order a bit extra and we can make street clothes out of what's left over. Who's good with a tape measure?
I'm not bad.
Okay, measure everybody up. That way we'll know how much extra we have to order to make the other stuff.
Oh, I don't reckon Godmother Clobber will make very good street clothes.
Well, we still have to measure you up anyway, so get your body over here. Come on.
Listen, you still planning on helping us on the outside?
For a fee?
Yeah, okay. How much?
$500.
Oh, crikey.
Listen, Doreen, I'm only doing it for you, but I'm not doing it for nothing.
Well, what do you reckon, Jude?
Yeah, okay. After all, she's taken all the risks, especially if we get caught.
Well, let's not get caught, eh? And we're going to need money to buy things, like tickets or a car to get you where you're going once you're out. Where's that coming from?
Well, all my money's still in the bank.
Well, then you'd better teach me how to forge your signature or it'll stay in the bank.
Oh, yeah, right. There.
Once more and slower.
Oh, okay. I haven't been there too many times, so they probably won't remember me anyway.
Yeah, let me have a go.
Oh, no, start again.
Mr. Jackson?
Oh, just a moment, Griffin.
Good morning, Mrs. J.
Hello, Lizzie.
Are all the gates locked? Can we get to the showers?
You'll be escorted, don't worry. Now, what is it, Griffin?
I wanted to organise a visit from the police. I've got some vital new evidence, something they don't know anything about.
Are you sure?
Positive, it's really important.
All right, I'll see if I can arrange it for this morning. Street clothes are taken care of, but you've got to organise some more.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to need some of your measurements.
Oh, yeah, we can get you a complete set from the panto stuff.
Now, listen, you need transport, ready and waiting.
Right. If you're not driving yourself, only for God's sake, get someone reliable.
Don't worry, it'll probably be me. But I've got good contacts anyway, just in case.
Hey, listen. When I was on the outside a while ago, I gave $500 to a guy called Weasel for a passport. I never had time to collect it.
You can forget it.
Well, maybe, but he still owes me, right?
Oh, he owes you, yeah, but making him pay up's a different thing.
Well, maybe, but look, supposing I went to him, I asked him to get us some driver's licenses with false names, you know? For $500, he's still going to make a tidy profit.
Look, I reckon it could be done. And like I said, I've got friends.
Okay, give it a go. 40 owes you, it isn't much.
Oh.
Can I sit down?
Oh, sorry, sweetheart. We're having a private conversation here.
Don't you trust me?
We better be able to.
I wouldn't dream of passing on any information to the officers. I don't know how you can even think it.
Well, it's been done before.
Well, they won't get anything out of me.
Shh, Mrs. Jackson.
Ah, Mrs. Jackson, I've got that list for costume material you wanted.
Really? Well, just a minute.
Griffin, I've spoken to the governor, and the police are coming after breakfast to hear your new evidence.
Good. What new evidence?
I've got positive proof now that I had absolutely nothing to do with that crime.
Good for you.
Yeah, they can't charge me now.
Have you got that list, B?
Oh, yeah.
You sure you need this much?
Oh, well, Cinderella's a period play, you know.
Yeah, and I'm going to have a real bonza costume.
Yes, it's a lot of material all the same.
Well, I've made a bit of allowance for wastage. Well, these galahs, so they'll need it.
Righto, come on, Griffin.
I was told about new evidence. Now, so far, you haven't said anything that would cause us to halt proceedings.
What's this?
Oh, let me see it.
It's from Megan, from Western Australia. See, I told you the truth all along. You can see here where she mentions the money and how she gave it to me.
Yes, I can see that. Well, that's a stroke of good luck, isn't it?
Yes, I'll say.
It'll have to be verified, of course.
Pardon?
Oh, well, it won't take long. There's an address on the back of the envelope. We can get the Western Australian police to contact her and get a statement.
Oh, surely the letter's enough.
Oh, personal contact is always preferable. It won't be any trouble and it'll be better all round. We'll be in touch.
Well, thank you for coming at such short notice.
Oh, no problems. We had to investigate all the facts.
It was an amazing piece of good luck, really.
Yes. We'll be back as soon as we hear from the West.
That sounded fascinating. What was it all about?
Yes. Apparently Anne Griffin's friends come good in the nick of time. She wasn't in Surface. She was in Western Australia. And she's admitted that Anne is innocent. She gave her the money.
This is the letter from Western Australia. Came yesterday?
Yes.
From a Megan character?
Well, that's right. I didn't see it.
I did see it. I censored it.
What's wrong?
Well, the letter I censored wasn't from Megan. It was from Griffin's brother, and it stated that the family had disinherited her.
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. But the sun and rain are prisoners too when morning comes around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside the roses grow, they don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here are prisoners too when morning comes around.